Hi, I'm Max Strebel. I go to the Urban School, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Erica Castro. I go to ICA in San Francisco, and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I go to the Drew School, and I'm a senior as well.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I go to SOTA. I'm in the creative writing program, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Tito, and I go to Stanbridge Academy, and I'm a senior.
I'm dyslexic, and I was diagnosed in 7th grade, which is pretty late, but that's when I was diagnosed.
I have expressive and language difficulties and central auditory processing, and I was diagnosed in 2nd grade.
I have dyslexia along with many other things that come with that label. And I was diagnosed luckily very early, end of 1st grade and beginning of 2nd grade.
I also have dyslexia, and I was diagnosed in the 2nd grade, but I think we figured something was wrong in the 1st grade when we were doing adding and subtracting, and I copied off the person in front of me and wrote everything upside down and backwards.
I'm dyslexic, and I have ADHD, and I was diagnosed in the 2nd grade.
How does your learning difficulty affect your life in school and outside of school?
Reading is really hard for me.
Reading comprehension.
Reading out loud in class.
I misspell the words.
Processing things.
Simple mathematics or arithmetic.
Having to go up in front of everybody and do math on the board is very difficult.
Math is like my worst subject.
Trying to understand abstract concepts.
I easily get distracted.
The pace of my work.
Symbol recognition issues.
Writing is really hard.
Nonverbal wording disorder.
It's there, and it's something you have to deal with.
What accommodations have you used, and how helpful have those accommodations been for you?
The main accommodation that I use is extra time on tests and quizzes in school. Other accommodations I use are like books on tape, since reading myself takes a lot longer. It's really great to get Hamlet read to you. And it's funny, some kids who don't have learning differences just can't imagine doing that because it's like, that would take so long. I can't imagine listening to someone else have to read it. That would just be impossible, but for me it really speeds up the process.
I have like a trunk load of accommodations. I get double time. I have a reader who reads the test to me, which is amazing if you have a hard time reading. Calculator, my own room, which is really great because if I don't have a reader or if I want to be alone, I can talk things out in my head, which really helps, and I don't feel self-conscious about it.
For a long time, I had a note taker also, because taking notes was very difficult for me. Even if the teacher wrote them out on the board, copying that was hard. That was incredibly helpful for me.
What strategies or accommodations have worked most effectively for you in high school?
Talking to your teachers and making sure they understand where you're coming from, I find incredibly helpful.
For studying, I use flashcards. I actually studied 3 days in advance for like cumulative tests, and so that really helps.
Communication is really, really key to my high school experience with an LD. Just at the beginning, I tell them I have a hard time reading, and so it takes me a lot longer, and then they know not to call on you to read out loud in class. And just that awareness can really help.
The more people you get on your side, the better.
Something that helps me is a planner. So like when I write my assignments down, I can like go back after when I go home and just read what I wrote down, and I can just do it from there.
I have Kurzweil, and it's really saved my life in high school so far because I'm in the creative writing program and I can't spell.
In terms of your learning difference, what is academically challenging for you?
I think school is academically challenging for me.
I can grasp calculus and I can grasp philosophy and I can grasp those things, but I can't spell and I can't read and I can't do arithmetic.
I think transitions are hard for me. It took me about 2 years to adjust to my school. I think mostly transitions. And once you are adjusted to this environment, everything comes easier.
Getting organized with like all my stuff, that's really hard for me during like school and stuff. My backpack's it's like garbage truck or garbage can or whatever, It's full of papers and books and pieces of food and whatever, you know. Yeah, just I gotta go through that later. Getting to class on time is also hard because I'm always wandering around and stuff.
What advice would you give teachers about how to support or help LD students?
The biggest thing is just listening. You don't have to become LD specialists and things like that to understand what we're going through. Teachers, if you just listen, listening is the key. If you shut down, then we shut down. It's that simple.
Patience is another key.
It's really difficult, I think, because there's so many different kinds of learning differences. And so, for me, what would work best is if we could talk about it in a conversation every class and just talk and try and work through things like as a group. Whereas someone else might need everything listed on the board really clear so that they can take their notes and go home and study it that night. So it's like, and those two people might have learning differences, like have completely different necessities from a teacher. And so it's not like a teacher can just do one thing and all of a sudden all the learning different students are gonna like get it. So that's why, like what Natalie was saying, listening is just really, really important. That also goes for the students with LD problems, is that being articulate and explaining exactly what you need from a teacher is also really, really important, because you can't assume that a teacher is just going to know how you learn best unless you explain it to them. So it's really, the teacher and the student have just as much responsibility in the student's learning. You can't just blame it all on the teacher. It's really up to you.
Yeah, really being open to the